we've been conducting on the back of a shocking, absolutely shocking judgment that has come from the courts. Now, viewers, CNN News 18 is opening the sealed files of the Unnao rape case to ask an uncomfortable but unavoidable question. Did the country's premier investigating agency, the CBI, fail the survivor, the woman in the middle of your screens, when she needed it most? This investigation is not about reopening a conviction. It is about examining the choices, omissions and silences that shaped the journey to justice. The Delhi High Court has now recorded what the victim's family has long alleged, that the CBI probe was not understanding, not impartial and not fair. Here's an interpretation, viewers, of what the Delhi High Court actually did. It struck down POSCO charges against this man, Sengar, who is a VVIP. He's a member of the BJP, suspended. He's an MLA. The CBI in 2019 didn't back the victim's plea for graver charges on Sengar. Sengar is accused of raping her, killing some of her kin and others. CBI on the victim's plea in 2019 said new charges are not squarely applicable. The trial court noted the CBI probe was unfair and against the victim. And the victim's family alleged the CBI IO, the investigating officer, colluded with Sengar. The victim's family has come out and said that the bill to suppress evidence on victim's age so that he could be removed from the ambit of POCSO to prove that she was not underage. The victim's family has also come out and said that, documents on survivor's age were fabricated. Now, viewers, from refusing to back tougher charges in 2019 to arguments that weakened the application of POCSO to allegations of evidence suppression and collusion, the record raises disturbing questions. The survivor says the CBI didn't fight hard enough for her. The trial court spoke of an inescapable conclusion of unfair investigation. Tonight, we lay out two critical moves the CBI must explain. And the information that I provided you leads us to formulate certain takeaways and ask certain questions. Was the investigation marked by bias and not neutrality? The explanation is the trial court's inescapable conclusion that probe wasn't fair. That's why we're pitching that question, and we have come to that conclusion. The question is the victim justified, therefore, in alleging active collusion? It appears so, viewers. And if that is the case, the CBI must answer. There's another takeaway. The CBI withdrew support when it mattered most to this victim. The CBI in 2019 didn't back the victim's plea for tougher charges on Sengar. The question then is, did CBI's refusal in 2019 make it harder for the victim to get justice? Again, viewers, we have to go back to what the court said, and it would imply from their observations that this perhaps is a fact. Rattled by the backlash to the judgment, the CBI has assured it will now file an appeal. It says we studied the High Court order in the Unnao rape case. We will file an SLP, a special leave petition, before the top court against the High Court order. Vehemently oppose Sengar's bail plea in the High Court. Remember, the High Court has come out and basically granted him bail in this rape case, viewers. Secured conviction of former MLA in the trial court. So the CBI says that, look, don't hang us. At least we did something right in one court. Yes, okay. In the High Court, it didn't go in our favor. But we filed timely replies and written arguments in the case. We will immediately challenge this order in the top court. But while that is welcome, the fact is that the CBI must answer for what many are saying are sins of omission, which I have listed to you now, viewers. Each of them raise more questions. Why did the CBI not back the family's plea for tougher charges on Sengar in 2019? Did the accused access documents from the CBI investigative officer? Why does the family say the CBI didn't conduct a fair probe? The CBI must be made to answer, because when institutions falter, viewers, justice isn't just delayed, it's also not seen to be done, but it loses all credibility with catastrophic consequences for the victim. And therefore, tonight we have to ask some very, very straightforward questions. I'm going to begin with Yogita Bhayana and Mehmood Paracha, the counsel for the Unnao rape victim. Yogita Bhayana is an activist. She has been standing, and you can see her in those pictures, standing shoulder to shoulder with the victim. And I want to first begin with you, Ms. Bhayana. Why is the CBI suspect here?
It's very, very clear and evident. If CBI had done their job properly, this particular order wouldn't have been out and he wouldn't have got bailed. It's a clear-cut thing. The kind of order, if you see, and technically you have read it very rightly, you have pointed out the facts. I mean, you can see a lot of lacunas in the charge sheet. You can see a lot of lacunas in the in the way it has been represented in the court. So I think the advantage is not given at looking at the documents. I think it has been fabricated and created in a way that they wanted to give full benefit of doubt to this accused. He was acquitted. So he is definitely a criminal who's there, and they are not even saying that he is not a criminal. If you technically see that they're acknowledging he has done it, but at the same time, if I talk non-legal language, they are giving excuses why they are letting him off. I mean, lawyers will tell you better, legally, but at the same time, what as an activist, what as a lay person, I would understand, it has been created, a lot of language has been like manipulated, you can say, and fabricated just to find some reasons to let him out. So I think
so let me push that. Let me take that there was an attempt made. And look, I've just quoted, as you know, Ms. Susi Ben Shah, from the judgment. I'm not making any of this up. So I'm asking you, what's going on here? The CBI hasn't really covered itself in glory in the past either.
Good evening to all, and I must congratulate Yogita for being the correct support person to our survivor in the latter and spirit of the law. And we worked together in the past, Yogita, and every woman of India salute what you've done for the survivor. As far as the CBI is concerned, their role is concerned, I think the IO, whether if at all if he is compromised or is connived with the accused, let us understand, he's still the accused. He's been given bail, but he's a convicted accused, is a convicted criminal. And I have no doubt in my mind that the rarest of rare punishment that he's received of life imprisonment, CBI will defend in the Supreme Court.
No, Ms. Shah,
now,
why? No, hang on. Look, yes, after the furor, it has been forced to now come out with a clarification that it is going to file an appeal. My question to you, ma'am, is that why did we have to come to this pass? There's a very real chance that this individual will walk out. I know that he has 3 more years and another sentence, another case.
We should not presume
that. Let me tell you, ma'am, 5 times this individual has already been out on various pretexts.
No, CBI has opposed the suspension of the sentence in 2024 also. Now, in the High Court, the 2 division bench judges, now whether they should have heard the appeal first before rushing into a bail and a suspension of the conviction, it is left up to that. Now, that is a judicial process. Now, allow me to complete, sir. Allow me to complete.
I'm not saying anything.
I'm here to reinforce the belief, stand with the survivor, that we today stand for our safety, security, and dignity. We are not mincing words. We will ensure that whosoever has compromised or connived in this case will have to face strictest action.
How? When? Where?
CBI.
There is no talk. There is no talk.
But Mr.
Of action.
See, this is, at the moment, we cannot say everything on a debate. But why every time and all the time doubt the judiciary, doubt the CBI? Sengar he is a convict, he is a criminal convict, even today.
Viewers, it took him months. It took months of media.
Of his charges.
1 second. Viewers, 7 years ago, 8 years ago, it took months and months of badgering to get this man to face the law. We all know this. The entire system coalesced around him.
And we salute her zeal.
Yeah, so it is always going to be left to us to hold up the mirror. The onus is never on the prosecuting agencies or the CBI. It is only after that they must come out and look for a certain scapegoat or for a certain avenue to say, no, now we'll go up in appeal, galti ho gayi ji. We didn't think that you would notice. This has happened, viewers, even.
You are the fourth pillar of the democracy, sir, and we salute you for that.
Okay. Well,
must ask questions.
Let me bring in Mr. Paracha. He's the counsel. So why have you lost faith in the CBI? You made this statement to us today. Why?
That's a fair question, but if you have heard me, this is not my opinion. This is the finding of the trial court judge. This is the judgment of conviction, which says that the CBI IO, investigating officer, was helping the accused and creating circumstances so that he can be helped against the victim. This is the finding. What I am saying in addition is that despite the fact this observation was there, CBI chose not to take legal action, including registering an FIR, because this is a criminal offense under section 166 capital A of the then IPC. They did not take any action against the IO. Rather, they filed an application before the Honorable High Court asking for expulsion of these remarks against the CBI. That is one. Two, interestingly, this appeal, when it was being heard for the first time, one lawyer, probably, I don't know the reason, probably his conscience was still alive, he started supporting me. Although 90% of the argument was undertaken by the victim's counsel, that is me, which is not my role, because the cases are always state versus the accused or the convict, or CBI or whatever investigating agency is there, or the state. The victim or the complainant has got a limited role.
Okay.
So I had to shoulder the 90% burden of bringing the case from the side of prosecution also. But that lawyer of CBI in the High Court mysteriously stopped appearing. I don't know whether he was asked to resign or he himself resigned for whatever reason. We brought this to the notice of the honorable judges, but no mention of that is there in the judgment. That is second. Three, CBI did not. When central government, state government filed applications in the Supreme Court, engaging best of the best lawyers, asking for withdrawal of security of the victim as well as the family. And they were successful in getting the security of the victim's family withdrawn.
Wow.
They were attacked the next day, for which an FIR has been registered in Delhi also. That's a separate issue. But only victim was left with security, and that too with great difficulty in the Supreme Court. Now, all these are documented facts. If this be so, if you still believe that there is one iota of chance of CBI being trusted in this case, and Supreme Court has observed orally though that CBI has become cage parrot. So it is much more than a cage parrot now. It is hand in glove with the accused and the people that are in connection with the powerful and the mighty. That's a safe conclusion to draw. If you want to ask something more, I have many other things to say in this regard.
No, of course. But I just want to say one thing, viewers. The reason why we are asking the question and faulting the system is because there are checks and balances, you see. Can you believe it, viewers, that the WCD, the Women and Child Development Minister of this country, has not opened her mouth on this story? Not one word has escaped her lips. The National Commission for Women Chief is silent. And because the victim at that time was a minor, viewers, we hope that the Commission for Child Protection would also speak up. All three of these great bodies are absolutely silent. If this had happened in an opposition ruled state, viewers, all of them would have been speaking from the top of their voices. Let me tell you, viewers, go back in history over the last few years and you will see. If this had happened in, let's say, Karnataka under the Congress, the first notice would have gone from the NCW. So today, viewers, we went to the NCW. We wanted to find out where the chairperson was. The message went that we had come. Has she still issued a notice? No, viewers, not one, zero. How do we get justice? If the CBI's IO or others are today being questioned and their conduct is under suspect or suspicion rather, who is going to bring those people to book? Government, viewers, I'm not sure because they haven't opened their mouth. The WCD minister is silent. So we were hoping the Commission for Women would do something. Listen into what happened, viewers. I want to show you. This silence is complicity, let me tell you. There's no other way of looking at it. Listen in.
We are right now outside the NCW office. This is the office of the National Commission for Women, and we are here to find questions. As the question is one, why such organizations that are known for taking suo motu cognizance of issues where human rights are violated and justice remains undelivered are silent today. We have also spoken with the chief, Vijay Rahatkar. We have been told that she's not been responding to our calls and texts. We have also reached out to her team. सर विजय राहतकर जी से, चेयरमैन जी से मिलना था.
ऑफ है आज.
ऑफ है मतलब ऑफिस बंद है?
ऑफिस बंद है आज, सरकारी छुट्टी है.
अच्छा, तो मैडम है वैसे यहाँ पे ऑफिस में है? मैडम
आप कैमरा बंद करिए सर.
मैं कैमरा बंद कर. आप मैडम है ऑफिस में, आती हैं? गलती
आती हैं.
अभी दिल्ली में हैं?
ये तो पता नहीं.
अच्छा, तो अभी कोई नहीं है, स्टाफ नहीं है कोई भी अंदर?
आप जो है पहले कैमरा बंद करिए.
अभी ऑफिस में नहीं है सर कोई भी? So the staff is totally shying away. They're not responding. We have reached out to the team of Vijay Rahatkar, the chief of NCW, and she's saying we have been told that she's not in Delhi. She has yesterday gone to Maharashtra, and this is the office. As you can see, this is the office. And at the time when the commission is expected to have extended assistance to the rape survivor, where is the NCW team actually? These questions remain unanswered, as we've been also trying to connect with the NCW's chief over phone, but messages and calls have remained unresponsive. The victim and her family at the same time remain only hopeful with their eyes on the Supreme Court now.
There you are, viewers. Many attempts have been made to contact the officials. Not responded. This, Suzy Ben Shah, is the state of affairs. This is apathy. And this silence is complicity in my book.
See, I've also served as the chairperson of Women's Commission in Maharashtra. I've also served as a child right protection Bal Haq Ayog in Maharashtra. And therefore, I'm here in my capacity as the Shiv Sena. Of course, I'm a spokesperson of Shiv Sena. I speak for the NDA to reassure every woman of India that this justice will be done. CBI has a lot to answer. I'm not running away from it. And when the appeal is heard in the Supreme Court, CBI will rise to the occasion and ensure that the definition of public servant, I mean, that is the reason why the rarest of the rare cases there is an issue. But I have no doubt in my mind that they will. And that is also the Supreme Court judgment, whether it's a public servant or not. But I don't want to get into it right now. But I have full faith. I have full faith in CBI and the higher judiciary. And I should also say unequivocally that every woman in India should believe that we are for them. Each and every woman will be respected.
Viewers, actions, fair enough. Actions speak louder. Actions speak louder than words, viewers. No action has been taken. There's not even been a response. Can you believe it, viewers? From the NCW chief. The Women Development Minister silent. And at least we have an honorable person like Ms. Shah who says that, look, I am at least standing guarantor here. The people who we put in power to mind all these issues are silent, looking the other way. No wonder Ms. Bhayana, the lawyer here, Mr. Paracha, are looking so besides themselves with helplessness. This is the state of affairs, viewers, in this country. And I want to